It's officially open, but there was a lot of activity at the Cape Town International Convention Centre throughout the day, with the Proteas set to get their showpiece underway in a couple of minutes. Our sports anchor Benjamin Leshoro has been observing proceedings at the venue since the morning, and we now have him on the line. Benjamin, good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us. A hive of activity in Cape Town. It's official. The Netball World Cup is officially underway. First time on African soil.
Good evening, Kwena. Good evening to all our viewers at home. You're right, it's a hive of activity, but here at the Cape Town International Convention Centre, outside, not so much. The weather is disastrous, and perhaps throughout the day, it's been part of the reason that the mood hasn't been exactly what you would expect on the opening day of a World Cup. But inside here, there's those who've braved the conditions to say we're going Noma Ganjani. So they're waiting for South Africa's first match in just about 15 minutes time. That hall behind me there, it's Hall B1, the roof will be going off, because South Africa, led by Bongiwe Msomi, will be walking in to take part in that match, their first match of the World Cup up against Wales, with the opening ceremony and all the formalities having been done by now, Kwena.
Well, as you've just mentioned, that the weather has been a bit of an anticlimax, but understandably, it's not just sports personalities that have braved the weather to come and witness the spectacle.
Yeah, it's not just the sports personalities who've braved the weather and the fans, Gwena. The fans those who have come in have been very excited, but there's also been politicians that make their way here to the Cape Town International Convention Centre. I spoke to one Musi Maimane of One South Africa a little bit earlier, and he spoke about the pay disparities that has been a big topic in South Africa. Excuse the gentleman behind me, but it's been a big topic when it comes to women's sport in South Africa. And this is what Musi had to say in no uncertain terms.
I think we must adopt a policy that says anyone who wears a national color, whether you're Springbok Rugby, whether you're a male soccer player, female, it doesn't matter. Everyone must have a minimum payment that is the same for everyone. I can accept sponsorship deals. I can accept Katlana will get paid more in the team because she's a talented soccer player, and all of those, not saying the rest aren't. All I'm merely saying is that if we create a minimum standard so that no person, whether male or female, will step aside. So when I met this team, it was 4 years ago. I back then immediately said, even to people like Desiree Ellis, there must be equal play for male and female. It must always be, we must fight for it. And where there are sportsmen and women, whether they are athletes, whatever they are, as long as you put on the green and gold, your salary must be on day one the same as it would be for any other sport.
Well, Kwena, it's been a very hot topic, a very painful topic, that of the remuneration of financial incentives for the ladies or the women national teams in South Africa. We saw the disaster that took place before Banyana took to Australia, or to New Zealand rather, where they're based at the World Cup. Before that, and went to represent the nation there when it comes to them and the association. Netball South Africa seems to have done a little bit better, though, because the president, Cecilia Molokwane, came out a couple of days ago to say, we have a deal with the players, we've spoken to them, and we have struck some sort of deal. We're going to keep the details to ourselves. Hopefully, at the end of the tournament, we'll know exactly what the players will be getting as remuneration or financial incentive wherever they're going to end here at the tournament, hopefully as gold medal winners.
Benji, just before we let you go, I mean, we are looking forward to the Proteas up against Wales, the opening match that should be starting in just under 10 minutes. What's the expectation, anticipation for this opening game? Naturally, it's a must-win for the South African team.
Absolutely right, Gwena. It's a must-win. That's what the President, Cecilia Molokwane, stressed also this morning when we spoke to her. She's been saying that the entire week that you cannot lose the opening match of the World Cup. It's important to keep the nation interested in the tournament, and South Africa winning against Wales will get the mood right, especially with Banyana not particularly doing well out in New Zealand. They drew in Dunedin earlier after leading the game by 2-0. So hopefully the spirits can be lifted by the Proteas here. The fans are excited. They're saying they will win, of course, and they're here rooting for them. But also the world ranking. South Africa is ranked 5th in the world. Wales ranked 9th. So based on that, on paper, South Africa should be able to negotiate their way through this match, this opening match, without any problems.
Right, Benjamin Leshoro, who is in Cape Town, he will be giving us regular updates as we await that opening game that will see the Proteas taking on the Wales.